You're tuned into Cinema Symposium.
Hello, I am Matthew Duvall,
Hi, and I'm Blake Warman.
and we are introducing you to our new website and podcast series and video series called Cinema Symposium, where basically we envision an entertaining, informative place for you to see just about anything relating to cinema and film.
Yeah, and the best thing about this website and this podcast in general is going to be very interactive. I'm working on a Twitter account right now. We have a Facebook account and a website ready to go. Once we launch and everything, feel free to comment and get involved in asking about what movies you want us to talk about, what television shows you want us to talk about. Anything that piques your interest, we're interested in. So feel free to do anything to get involved with that.
Yeah, and let's get right into things. We're going to do things like some videos are going to be weekly, some videos are going to be like twice a month, some of them are just going to be randomly done. One that we definitely are going to do every week is we're calling it News Dump. And it's basically, think of all the different headlines you see about actors or directors or film or anything that's in the news about film, and we'll find the stuff that interests us, we'll find the stuff that interests you, and we will talk about it.
And one of our next categories that we'll be talking about are the upcoming, which that's what we're tentatively calling it for now. But what that's going to be is sort of our initial thoughts about upcoming movies that are happening. They're not reviews, but they're basically any thoughts about movies that have just dropped a trailer or anything like that. And we'll give our opinion, which then hopefully later on we can do a review after we've given our opinion before the movies actually come out, so we can see whether we're right or wrong about it.
Yeah, and reviews aren't just about new movies that have come out recently. It's things that have been years ago even. I mean, I'm a fan of Charlie Chaplin. We might throw some of that in there too. Moving on, we also have a film or a video type we're calling it Haters Gonna Hate. That one's a little odd, I guess, but I think it's a very entertaining idea, or it will be. It's basically where we're going to take movies that are somewhat guilty pleasure type movies for us, stuff that maybe everyone else kind of rolls their eyes at whenever you tell them that you like it, and we will defend it why we like it. All sorts of, I think, a lot of entertainment value could come from that.
I definitely think that would be a very entertaining time, especially with us both going against different movies and fighting for which one we think is the better one, which that'll give an opportunity for everybody to sort of give their opinion. And personally, I wouldn't mind if everybody agreed with me that Fast and the Furious is a great guilty pleasure movie. One of our next category topics that we'll also be making videos about is the top five, which we'll discuss the top five anything. It could be top five directors, top five movies from the 2000s, top five movies from 2015, anything. And if we can't think of anything for a top five, feel free to create an idea for yourself, like top five Brad Pitt movies, which I know Matt would love to do something like that.
Yeah, sure. Or top five Fincher movies, which actually could go hand in hand in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
There's also this idea we're going to have where we're going to do interviews, and what that's more or less going to be is interviews of local indie filmmakers. And whenever we had that idea, it sounded good, but then we're like, well, I know that I'm doing a film, I know someone else is doing a film, and we might run out of ideas. I helped that guy do a film, got up to Champaign, got around the area. I was very pleasantly surprised that there's a very healthy community of filmmakers and actors and just creative people in this area, which is the central Illinois area. Go to Google Maps, type in Champaign, Illinois, Charleston, Illinois, Effingham. You'll kind of find out where we're at. A surprising number of a very healthy film community in this area.
Yeah, and that's something that'll be really great for. Okay, and that'll be actually something really great for Matt, and it'll be a little bit different for me. I'm not really a filmmaker, but it'll be kind of nice to have that opportunity for me to enjoy either up and coming filmmakers. This then will move on to our next category that we'll talk about, which are pet projects. Which pet projects will basically be us discussing. It'll be sort of something that we do on our own, either separately, sometimes even together, depending on what me and Matt decide. But for example, I'd love to talk about the editing direction of Edgar Wright, who's like the director of the Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz movies, and I love his editing for comedy in those different movies. So that would be something I would love to talk about.
And on my end, I don't know. Perhaps the fact that Charlie Chaplin decided to keep making silent movies after sound was available. He even wrote the music for his sound films and refused to talk in them. Very interesting thing. To kind of bring things to an end, there's this other video idea we have, perhaps once a month. We're calling it The Wrap, WRAP. Uh, it's kind of going to wrap up the end of the month and surmise and be a longer form video of just talking about what's happened that month or in the brief time period that we've been doing things lately. Um, those will be a chance for us to, I don't know, just kind of let our minds breathe for people to see.
Yep. Is there anything else we need to discuss?
Not at this moment. So this is Matthew again, and goodbye, everyone.
This is Blake, and this is Cinema Symposium signing off.